Hello and welcome to the April 8th edition of Murphy's Market Minute with Elliot Omenson and
Nathaniel Vossman.
Bringing nothing but good news today. What a year.
Definitely.
It's pretty freaking incredible.
What a month and a half.
What a month and a half.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And again, I think that it just goes to show. All right. So one of the concepts that I've always had, and one of the things that I always look for in leadership is, and I use the analogy when it comes to the captain of a ship. I love the scene, although it's probably ultimately the wrong analogy. I think it is a one of the Pirate of the Caribbean movies, and it's been turned into an endless meme, where the captain is this he's everything is lost, right? So the appearance is correct in my mind, but the overall situation is not. But the captain of the ship is descending down the steps from the helm, and everything's being destroyed around him. And now in the movie, I think he's shell shocked, but in real life, you should just always, as the captain, remain calm, right? Things can look temporarily bad, and in America today, right, everything is so divided. You have one half trying to make out, and this is true for either side. Okay, so this is not a political statement. This is a truth statement.
It is a truth statement.
It doesn't matter who's in power. The other side is doing absolutely everything they can to make it seem as if that side's a disaster.
Yeah.
Right? And they're trying to cover up everything that their side's doing that's wrong and trying to make everything the other side is doing to be wrong. Right? And so, I always joke that depending on who's in power depends on which side of the political spectrum I got to talk off a ledge, right? Yeah. So when Obama and Biden was in power, I'm sitting there trying to talk all the conservatives off the ledge. When the other side's in power, I'm sitting there having to talk all the Democrats off the ledge. The truth of the matter is that, and what I love about America is that the system that was created 250 years ago, is for the most part going to do what the system's going to do, right? And there can be economic policies that can impact it negatively or positively, but for the most part, it's going to adapt, and it's going to do what it does. And boy, is it a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Right? And so let's get into some of those beautiful things. And before we get to the most obvious ones, I just want to hit a couple things that I've looked up. Housing starts in America. Incredible. Positive. Wage growth. Wage growth could be better, but it's still outpacing inflation.
Yep.
Real wage growth is occurring, meaning that it's climbing at a rate faster than what inflation is taking away. Those are two really positive things. And they stack into something that came out this morning. And that's my Blue Valley is very aggressive at notifying you that your kids are not in school. And even when the parents have notified the school, your kids aren't going to be in school because Aubrey's taking them to a concert in Wichita today, they're still calling to let me know my kids have an unexcused absence, even though they don't. So that was what that was. So last month, the job numbers came out, smashing expectations. And it just got revised higher. By a smidge, 7,500, I think, bringing it to 185.
Which is a pretty big beat.
Yep. This month, expectations were 65,000. And what were they in reality?
So we got 115,000.
Smashing expectations.
Yeah, it's a big beat, big time beat.
Yep. In fact, and one thing I love about all of this is for every positive, there's a
negative.
Negative, always.
Yeah.
Right? So the Fed is like, oh, jobs are climbing faster than we expect. Yep. We're probably not going to lower interest rates because now inflation is a concern again. And it's remained a concern for a while. But as long as wage growth outpaces inflation, it's probably not that big of a deal.
Yeah, that wage growth is 3.6% year over year.
Yep. Now to something that directly impacts retirees and our clients, the stock market. And this is something I've talked about before, where if you have assets in the market, inflation is probably a good thing for you because it most likely drives your portfolio higher at a rate faster than what inflation is eating away your income. And in this case, where's the market at today?
It's pretty strong. So all three major indices are positive. And then, like I said, what a month and a half it's been. In particular, you look at something like NASDAQ. Since March 30th, it's up nearly 26%.
Wow.
And that's what? That's about not even 40 days.
Yeah, even with Iran having won the war.
Yeah, even with that. But
that's all I hear. All I hear is Iran has won the war.
Somehow.
They have all the control and all the cards, and the Strait of Hormuz is closed, and we're, somehow getting our ass kicked. And Iran has won, and doom and gloom. And what's the U.S. economy doing? Oh, there's affordability crisis. I hear affordability crisis. I hear Iran has won the war.
I think the stock market speaks for itself.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
So did we mention, I don't know if we mentioned it on Murphy's Market Minute, but 84% of Fortune 500 companies are all beating or beating expectations in regards to profits, in regards to the reporting. 84%. Now, let's translate that down to the common American. Can 84% of U.S. corporations on the Fortune 500 beat profit expectations without anyone buying their goods?
That's true. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the profit the profit comes from something.
It comes from something. So, are 84% of U.S. corporations are they getting all their profit from outside their client base outside the United States that's just thriving and prospering and just buying all of American companies' stuff while Americans are suffering through an affordability crisis?
I definitely don't think that's the case.
Yeah, no. So if 84% of U.S. corporations are posting significant profits and beating expectations, that means the American people are doing what Americans love to do most. Well, probably the second thing. They probably love to argue the most. But secondly, they love to spend money. Yeah. We're a consumer-based society.
Definitely.
They are spending money at a rate that is driven. What index did you just quote?
NASDAQ.
Yes.
27%. And even the S&P 500 is up like 17.
27%. S&P 500 is up 17%.
And the Dow's up like 10. And the Dow's,
and that's since March. For the year, it's more like
30th.
8 and 12.
Which is pretty strong. Like NASDAQ, let's look year to date. Yeah, just over 12.
Yeah,
which is pretty good considering we're beginning of May.
We're one quarter in.
Yeah.
We're one quarter in.
Yeah. That's
and Brent crude just is at 101. 101. And gas prices still haven't gone to what they were in 2022 when there was no war in Iran. Huh. I wonder. Yeah. And I generally try not to get so, and I know there's overtones here of my political viewpoints. I generally try to keep that out of this. But I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of over it when it comes to this stuff. And the facts are the facts. And it's staggering how fantastic everything is going right now. And I've been saying this for I don't know how long. I think we're barely getting started. I think this year's, and I've said it months ago, is going to be incredible.
It's off to a pretty good start.
It's off to an incredible start.
Yeah, S&P's up nearly 8%.
Yeah,
year to date.
Yeah, for a quarter, everybody, for one quarter.
Days, yeah,
it's a quarter.
Yeah,
right now. I honestly didn't expect more than 15, but in order to only hit 15, the S&P wouldn't even do in the next 3 quarters what it did in the first.
Oh,
so I'm revising my expectations up even higher.
Yeah, maybe I'll bump that up to at least 20.
Yeah. 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 So any while I'm just giddy as a schoolgirl, anything else you want to add into here?
No, I think it's mostly. I think this week it was the big data was definitely the jobs numbers, and then like we said, some good earnings. Like it's been, I mean, we've really had a lot of quarters of good earnings at this point. It's not like unusual now.
No.
But that 84% number has been roughly what it's been for a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah, American companies are doing quite well. You know, employment's looking good. Yeah. Inflation is still the sticky point, but, you know, still hovering around 3.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's 4, 5, 6. So.
Yep. So that's that for this week's superly excited Murphy's Market Minute.
Yeah, it's easy to be excited when everything's in the green so much.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. So, you know, go forth and prosper. Enjoy your retirement.
Amen.
Call us up and get a little more money out of the market. Take those earnings.
Damn right.
Go on vacation. Put a deck on your house. Landscape.
Yeah, spend your money, please.
I mean, you know, you know. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Until next week, this is Elliot.
Nathaniel.
Signing off.